And welcome back, everybody. This is Movies and Beyond. I'm Callum. That's Kyle. Before we get started today, we just want to not say a few words. We just want to mention that Chance Perdomo from Gen V sadly passed away this weekend. Motorcycle accident. He was only 27 years old. Production has halted on Gen V Season 2, which I think is the right thing to do, the most respectful thing to do in that regard. So, obviously, whatever we say can't bring him back or anything like that, but everyone here at Movies and Beyond is obviously thinking about his family and all the cast over at the boys in Gen V and what they must be going through and how hard it's going to be for them to bounce back from this. But, yeah. So, RIP Chance. But Kyle, let's get into the first topic. Let's try brighten things up today. Godzilla X Kong has made 194 million at the box office. Well, this is worldwide. This is 15 million more than what Doom Part 2 has done. And I believe this might be the biggest opening of the year. Are you surprised by these numbers, or?
A little surprised, yeah, the fact that it did better than Dune, just because I've heard, like, obviously with the reception that Dune's had, and the success and the appeal, really. But, to be honest, it makes sense because, obviously, Godzilla, Kong, it's, the big monsters, and it's a simple time at the cinema. You can go when anybody can really go, kids can go see this as well. So you've got that market of, like, these numbers are going to add on top of it. So, it doesn't surprise me that it's done so well. Well, a little bit,
Yeah, because
because
there's been a steady decline in this monster franchise.
Yeah.
In box office numbers as it's been going on.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't really look at the last film as an example because that was a pandemic film. But, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's not really any big monster films coming out, is there, really, as of late? There's no Marvel movies that have been coming out, so there's no big CGI stuff there. The only thing that's really been coming out is, obviously, we had Dune, most recent, and the next couple of weeks we've got Monkey Man and, obviously, Boy Kills World. So it's just kind of, again, it's just one of those things where it's going to appeal to a lot of people.
I think the biggest thing on this is it being the Easter weekend.
Yeah. I think it's more so this weekend for obviously in England, but obviously in the US, it helps. But I think just the big factor is, like, people want to go see Big Monster at the cinema. It's over the weekend. You can take the kids to it. It'll, it's a nice bit of entertainment for anyone to see.
Like I say, in my review, I said this isn't a good film, but I had fun with it. I did have a lot of fun with this film when I saw it. But coming off these box office numbers now, do you think we're going to get a third Godzilla and Kong film?
Easily, yeah.
Alex Wingard's been talking, I believe that's the director's name. He says he's got some ideas, but it hasn't been greenlit. It's probably getting greenlit now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it would probably, like, it was definitely going to get a third one if this one did, relatively okay, absolutely. So we'll get another one. I'm not going to go see this in the cinema. I'm just not bothered for it.
Are you sure?
The Monster Universe has kind of just died for me, to be honest, after Godzilla vs. Kong. I mean, the monster stuff was great. It was just, I can't stand the human bullshittery. And then you had the show, which I thought, this is going to revive my interest in it. The Monarch show, which was on Prime, I believe. Oh, no, Apple TV. And I just could not give a shit. I thought there was great premise in that, but then it just kind of... It didn't work for me. The human characters were not interesting.
Yeah.
They can't bring back that thing they had, the special thing they had in the first Godzilla. And it just sort of, like, the characters were interesting in the first Kong film, don't get me wrong, but Godzilla, for me, did it a bit better. But again, ever since then, it's just been a really shitty decline.
Can I just say, Godzilla, apparently, over the 10 years that we've had this monster franchise, do you want to know how much screen time he's had?
Go on.
40 minutes.
Fucking hell.
That is it. Over
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Well, I heard in this film that Kong was mainly the main character.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah, no, definitely. I feel like Godzilla's been pushed to a side character in both. I feel like he was more of an antagonist in the first, and he's definitely a side character in this one. But yeah, well done, Legendary. Making all that money. You've had Dune at the beginning of the year as well, making all that money. So good year for Legendary. Anyway, Kyle, on to our next topic. Obi W Kenobi. Ewan McGregor has done an interview, I believe, with Lad Bible. Lads. That he thinks that we will see him one more time as Obi W Kenobi before it's too late. He says there's still a couple of years before he's the same age that Alec Guinness was in A New Hope. So, I'll ask you this. Do you want to see Ewan McGregor again as Obi W Kenobi? And do you think we'll see Ewan McGregor again as Obi W Kenobi?
It would be nice, but I feel like, not saying the prequels of the hype and the goodwill that they have has died out, but it's on the decline now. I feel like we were on the peak, a while ago, and Disney should have really hit it hard and really gone, above and beyond with obviously bringing Hayden Christensen and obviously Ewan McGregor. They should have done more with them and more with these characters, but they didn't. They gave Obi-Wan Kenobi an okay show, and then they just featured Anakin in Ahsoka, which, he was great in that.
Yeah.
But they should have really sort of pushed the market for that, especially when they weren't doing anything really other than the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, like I said, which was it really. And obviously Mandalorian season 3 wasn't the strongest, so it's just kind of odd that they didn't really sort of push into that. I'm still fine with it if we get something later on, like a spin-off limited series, whether it be like a couple episodes, like 3 episodes of just Clone Wars stuff as like a side arc or something like that, whatever it needs to be. But at the end of the day, I just feel like they need to hurry up and make a move of it, because again, it's not like it's ever going to go down, like no one's going to be, it's not like anyone's not going to be interested, but it's on a decline of like, okay, right, people are talking about other things now in Star Wars than just the prequels.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's a great point. The Obi-Wan show has moments. It has some great moments, but overall as a package, the show isn't that great. But it's got great moments, and Ewan McGregor, every second he's Obi-Wan on screen, is enjoyable. Now, if they're going to bring him back, yeah, you're right.
But there'll be a season 2 as well. That's something I'll say.
They need to do it now if they're going to bring him back, because time is running out. And if anything, I'm with you. Limited Clone Wars series, I think that's the way to go with this, because if he's
a big seller for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Disney Plus is good already, like in the sense of it's got loads of content. It's got Fox content on there, obviously now, but it's had it since day one practically. But I'm saying it'll be a massive boost for Disney Plus.
Yeah, no, get Hayden in there, Ewan in there. Obviously, the young girl they cast as Ahsoka in the Ahsoka show, that'll be a big get as well. And I think you can't go wrong. Well, you could have thought, well, they can't go wrong if they do an Obi-Wan show. That kind of went wrong in some ways, but get Dave Filoni on it. A Clone Wars arc. It could be set anywhere in the Clone Wars, because we haven't covered all the Clone Wars. Let them on a mission of some sort, and I think that could really work well, but it needs to be done quick, because
even if it doesn't have like big significance to anything in the Star Wars storyline or timeline, just something nice to see these two on screen together.
Yeah,
wearing the Clone Wars armor, and just Anakin being, disobeying his master and things like that.
Yeah, Ahsoka following along, and Obi-Wan just being a a grump. But yeah, Ewan McGregor looks good for his age. He can get back there now, and you'd still believe that he's...
That's it as well. If they leave this like another 5-10 years or something like that, it's going to be like, nah, this is too late now. Like, you know, I get they've got the de-aging technology and it's getting better, and they're getting older, so it's kind of like hand in hand.
Kenobi in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, just do it now while people are still really, really hyped and looking forward to anything, you know, prequel content. So
yeah, clearly McGregor's got passion for this character because he mentions it all the time. And it will go down as the thing in his career that he's the most known for, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see him again. I hope we see him again. Hopefully it's a Clone Wars prequel of some sort. But yeah. Anyway, let us know in the comments what you want to see, where you want to see Ewan McGregor. Let us know. But anyway, Kyle. We get our first look. Barnacles! We get our first look at Jon Bernthal as the Punisher in Daredevil Born Again. Now, is the picture that exciting? No. But
it's nice to see.
It's nice to see. The fact that we've got
really nice.
The fact that we've got this picture is there. You know, bloodied up knuckles, cuts on his face, blood around his neck, bruises on his face.
Yeah. We're kind of in the sense of like we're not hyping it up because, you know, it's not the first thing we've seen already. We've seen, obviously, when Born Again was happening, when they were shooting it, and there was all the stuff behind the scenes where it was like, oh, Foggy and Karen were supposed to be killed off screen, and, you know, Daredevil wasn't even going to be like the main character in his own show.
He wasn't going to be in the suit, was he, for like the first 5 episodes or something? It's like, come on.
And there was all sort of like, there was all sort of just really not great things happening with the show and the writing and things like that. So when we got our first, not official, it was behind the scenes, you know, someone took a picture of them, of just Foggy, Karen, and Matt
together.
That was like, that was just like, that's
tingling.
It's hit me in the feels, and I'm just like, thank fucking God that they've listened to us, because this is the way to go. And just seeing Jon Bernthal, you know, he's going all in, all bruised up, and he's, you know, just something nice and simple. It's nice.
Because this is a man as well who said he ain't coming back unless they do it right.
Yeah.
And there's many actors out there. There's an actor who I believe when they say that, and that's Jon Bernthal. He is a man of principle.
Yeah.
So if he didn't feel like they was doing it right or doing it justice, I don't think he would have returned.
Yeah.
So they've clearly tickled an itch for him, and he's gone, I'm back in as Frank Castle. Let's do this. Now, I know it was confirmed a while ago that he was going to be back as Frank. He confirmed it himself, and he was part of the old show. But yeah, no, it's nice to see him back. He's there on set. Well, this isn't one on set. He was getting some food off set with his stunt double.
Get some shawarma.
Yeah, getting some shawarma. But I don't think he's going to be in many episodes because he
I think he will be. I know we've kind of disagreed with this before, but I know you're saying he'll only be in it a little bit. I think he'll be in like about half, just over half, maybe. You know, not massive screen time, but he'll be like a presence there, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, when it was 18 episodes, I thought it'd been a lot more episodes, but I think it's been cut down to 13 now, or even 10.
Oh, if that's the case, then I'd put my number a bit lower. Then
I think 2. I think 2 episodes. But,
say a good 4.
Yeah, maybe 3. But he has to. Very shortly, he's going to shoot the Accountant sequel with Ben Affleck. Like, they're going to be shooting that very soon, so... You know, he could have been on set for 6 weeks already. But he looks great. And it's just him there, it just brings that all... This is happening. And, you know, maybe it's not enough to bring me to tears like when I found out Daredevil Born Again were happening. Which, by the way... When we get to 150 subscribers, I will find that picture because I have found that picture and I will post it on the channel. The picture I sent to Kyle of me crying when I found out they were doing Daredevil Born Again. Because I'd been out drinking. I got in at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I looked at it, I was like, oh, they're doing it.
Fucking loser.
I am. I am a loser. But
yeah.
Obviously, Punisher was one of the best parts of the original Daredevil show. He was that good that he got his own show. So, yeah. All hopes that they can get this right. John Bernthal said he wouldn't return if they don't get it right. He's there. He's on set. We can only hope now. And it looks like they've been making the right calls and the right decisions. Anyway, Kyle, let's go on to our next topic. James Gunn. There's a lot of reasons why we love James Gunn on this channel. One is his Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. His Suicide Squad film, the Peacemaker show, Sliver. But one of the things we love about James Gunn is he will call out the bullshit when he sees it. There was a report over the weekend that Boyd Holbrook would be cast as Harvey Dent, Two-Face, in the Batman 2. James Gunn has seen these reports. He's gone out and he says, no, that ain't true. So that's completely put them rumours to sleep. So, do you think it's a good thing that James Gunn comes out and just shuts down rumours right away?
Yeah, well, I mean, he can do that. Because you look at Marvel and it's like they say, no, this person's not going to be in it, or this isn't happening. And it's like, no, it's just, it's never like concrete solid unless it's like confirmed.
Until the film comes out.
And so, yeah, most times it's when the film fucking releases, and it's nice because this helps set expectations for people. Obviously, these films aren't going to be like multiversal or anything like that, so they expect no big cameos or anything like that. And especially the Batman, which is what we're talking about, Batman Part 2, not Batman Brave and the Bold. But it's the same. It's the same thing with those films as well, because it's James Gunn. He's the head of DC Studios, and so it just helps to set the expectation for people, which I think is nice. You know what I mean? The people are already skeptical and people are already hating on James Gunn, and he hasn't released anything DC.
Well, so he has, and everything he's released DC has been top tier amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean, Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. I'm talking about the new universe.
All right.
So that's what I mean. Is like people are going into it very skeptical, and obviously there is concerns. It's fine. It's justifiable. I get that, but I have faith that he'll do a good job. And obviously, it is just nice that he is out there confirming things and saying it's not true, and it's no bullshit basically.
Well, like I said, this is the ultimate James Gunn chess game that he's playing here, because when he's coming out and denying stuff, he's building up trust with the fans, and they're like, no, James Gunn would say if it's not true. So when their Justice League film happens and some casting rumour, or let's say the Batman casting comes out, gets leaked, and he wants to do it his own way, and they're like, James Gunn can just come out and go, no, this ain't true. And about 50% of that fan base is going to believe him and go, yeah, no, James has said it's not true, so it's not true. Unlike Marvel, where you don't really believe anything that Kevin Feige says. But he doesn't say a lot, Kevin Feige, either. He doesn't address rumours. Unlike James Gunn. James Gunn does. Kevin Feige will only address something in an interview if he's asked. And he's very... The thing with Kevin Feige is he's very good at dancing around a question. He's I believe I was asking him about Ryan Gosling playing Ghost Rider or something like that. And there he's asked that. And oh wow, that's great. He says, who would you guys like to see Ryan Gosling play in the MCU? And just turn the question on them straight away. Because that's how great,
he's a pro at it.
That's how great Kevin Feige is.
Yeah, I mean, James Gunn could probably do the same.
Yeah,
to be fair, he's a brilliant writer. He knows what he's doing, but
he's very direct. He's very
direct. He's taking it a different way. I don't think really he will do, like you say, the chess move kind of thing, where he'll sort of like build up the trust and then be like, oh no, because then it kind of defeats.
Well, yeah, then he's broken it forever. Once he lies once, he's broken the trust forever with the fans.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe he'll keep this for at least a good couple of years until he's, he's a bit more not so involved.
When he needs to get out of a parking ticket, and the judge asks him, "Where were you?" and he's like, "Well, if you look at my Twitter record, I have been 100% truthful with my fans for the past 10 years." So,
I mean, shit, that'll be pretty good. So,
yeah, that was not me parked there. Your Honour. James Gunn, the fine has been denied. So, yeah. Anyway, I think it's just good that he's out there and he interacts with the fans, because we are in that modern era where you, right now, Kyle, you could send a message to James Gunn, he could see it, and he might reply. That's the time we're living in. You can get in contact with James Gunn. So that's just the time we live in. Now, the likelihood of him replying are slim. He'll probably take one look at your picture and go, "Oh, he's going to kill me." But yeah, that's all right. I love the fact that you look like an axe murderer.
Right.
Oh. Anyway, quick one today, guys. Do you know why it's been quick? Tell them why, Kyle.
Because he didn't forget to record. I thought we were playing an April Fool's joke. My audio wasn't coming through on his side, so I think Callum's not flipped a switch on or something, and he just won't admit it.
No, I never make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, you fucking did this time, didn't you?
It wasn't me.
So we've had to cut it short because I've got food like literally ready, and so we needed to kind of reshoot this again.
Yeah. Wow.
But I feel like
call us Daredevil born again.
I feel like we covered it pretty well. We covered it
pretty well indeed. Anyway, guys, that will do us for today. Kyle, anything you want to add before we go? Definitely not, because you just want to go. So I will say this. Like, subscribe. Let us know what you thought about the topics down below. And I will say this again, like I said at the end of the last video, I'm feeling very energized. And why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
No, you can.
Well, I'm feeling very energized on this video making journey. I did make a video on Saturday. I ain't done that in a long time, which we need to get on making our X-Men videos, actually. So I'm either going to make a video tomorrow, or... Kyle, don't cover your eyes. Come on, we need eye contact for this. Oh, come on, look at the camera. Or I'm going to have a wank in the shower. You decide. Let us know down below.